We start with ABC 10's Paul Sanga, and Paul, investigators are still working late into the night, right?
Yeah, Chris and Laura, investigators just wrapped up this scene here. 10+ hours later, they've taken the evidence, they've moved on to the next portion of this investigation. And right now, the lights are still lit up here at this school. But this is a small school with about 35 students, but the impact of this shooting on this community remains large. A peaceful school day turned into chaos when a gunman opened fire at Feather River Seventh-day Adventist School near Oroville.
That officer arrived on scene at 1:10 p.m., about 2 minutes after.
Butte County Sheriff Corey Honey says students were outside, and that is when a gunman opened fire, critically injuring two 5- and 6-year-old boys who were rushed to a Sacramento area trauma center. And then he says the gunman turned the handgun on himself.
I'm thankful that they are still alive, but they have a long road ahead of them.
The remaining 35 students were taken to the school gym until a bus arrived to take them to the Oroville Church of the Nazarene, the tight-knit community consoling each other during this dark day.
That will be going on now for weeks, obviously months. Not only the children that were grievously injured, but those children that saw their classmates gunned down in front of them.
Investigators say the suspect was dropped off by a rideshare service sometime after midday and met with the school administrator about possibly enrolling a relative.
We're trying to determine the veracity of that statement as to whether or not he actually was there to enroll or talk about enrolling a student, or if that was instead a ruse to get onto the campus. We're working to essentially reconstruct this individual's activities over the course of today as well as into the past to determine why he did the things that he did.
Law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, are investigating the motive behind the attack.
No father, no mother should have to endure what happened today. Please know we're working hand in hand with the full force of the FBI to be able to assist the Sheriff's Department.
Now, the suspect's identity has not been released yet, but the sheriff tells us they know who he is, and the sheriff tells us one of the motives into the shooting is most likely because of the school's religious affiliation. Reporting live near Oroville, Paul Sanga, ABC 10.
Just a traumatic, scary, and sad day for the families and students and staff involved in all of this. Our hearts are going out to the victims tonight and wishing them a very speedy recovery. Paul, thank you for that update.